Lightning bolt. Yep. Why would it ever tap like that? Ever. Hey, there you are. Congratulations, you done it. You found the champ dog. Get on in here, everyone. But before we get too far along, let's all come together for one brief moment of harmony and start our days right with a synchronized sip. That's the ticket. So the grinder's working a lot better today. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm a grub. Deal with it. Grinder's working a lot better today. That's pretty tasty. We're on a Honduras today that I just picked up. It's a little bit old because my city's gone into lockdown. So a lot of cafes have coffee stock that's a bit older than they were anticipating. But there you go. We have it. It's ours now. It's delicious. We're going to drink it. So today we're going to be playing some MTG Arena. And I'm wearing the dragon shirt. So that can only mean one thing. We're going to be playing some Prismari dragons. So let's jump on in. Take a quick gander at the deck. And then we'll get into some games for you all. So here's the deck, guys. We haven't made any changes in the last couple of videos. But I'll just show it to you quickly. This is what we're going to be playing with, so feast your eyes upon its glory for a few moments, and then we'll jump on into the games. On the draw. This hand would be fairly mediocre, except that Bone Crusher Giant is just so damn good. So we're going to keep. But if this had been like any other 3-drop, this hand would probably be an automatic throwback. Naya. Not Naya. Jeskai? Jeskai Control? I did see a Jeskai Control pop up on my, was it my YouTube feed or something? So yeah, maybe someone's on that new hotness. I do want to try some Jeskai Control. You'll know that I was playing Jeskai Dragons right after Strixhaven came out. Now I think that deck needs some tuning, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, the Jeskai colors do have a lot more strength to them than people appreciate. I'm just going to go like this. I don't think we can get too badly punished. I mean, they could slap down a Galazeth or a Narset. Sure. I don't know what they're playing. So they don't have any white mana now because of that. We're gonna do this now. Get our red. Maybe I should have got blue so I can hold up Borrower and Mystical Dispute. Maybe I should have just played an island and thought ahead. Yeah, I'm going to say I definitely should have done that. That would have been a more optimal play sequence. Seize the spoils. Okay. This could also be one of those... yeah, I don't want to play this now. Could be also one of those experimental overload decks. I guess I could have bounced the treasure token. I mean, that's just an easy nope, right? Okay, so they are playing dragons. They're on Jeskai for some reason. And they're playing Seize the Spoils for some reason. Lordrak is... Oh no, this is our Jeskai Mutate combo. Right. Makes sense. So I should have been playing a lot more aggressively. I guess it's okay. I kind of want the blue so I can have both sides of a borrower up, but maybe they play something I can frostbite as well. Like our Lordrakis, that can be frostbitten, can't it? Sure. Sure. Okay, do they have it? They do not. Essence Scatter. This is a very counterspell heavy version of this deck. Yeah, actually. I need to do this now before they get back some interaction. Just one time, don't have it, please. Okay, Prismari command. Kill this thing. Feels good. See what they've got here. Okay, so now even if they replay that dragon, they can't afford to attack with it unless they can win next turn. Opponent has 26, we have 25. Wow, how does opponent have more time than we do? I guess they're not stopping to talk through all of their choices through the audience at home. Damn. Oh well, it's less mana for them to play with post-combat. There's no point in foretelling this at the moment. So aggressive. So aggressive. See what they got here. That's a lot of mana. 2 damage to any target. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Do I counter this or wait to counter something else? I think it's much of a muchness. Obviously, if I counter this, they can have a counter spell or another removal spell and do whatever they want. Alternatively, if I don't counter it, it gives them 2 more looks at a counter spell. Mind you, they would have only been able to keep 1 card. So, yeah, that was just a mistake on my part. They would have only been able to keep 1 card, so they wouldn't have been able to have a counter spell and find the extra damage. So red cap melee looks pretty good here. Mystical Dispute looks pretty good, and so does Negate. Disdainful Stroke really only hits the dragon, but hitting the dragon's still fine. Frostbite only hits the Dracus. But hitting the Dracus is not the worst thing in the world. I think I cut my top end. Although maybe 1 Ox, so we don't run out of steam in the late game. Vorinclex. For the late game, Vorinclex. And I don't think Crushy's at his best here. Cool. I think we can try like this. Frostbite's not particularly good here. I will definitely acknowledge that. But it can kill a Dracus. And because it's so cheap, I can use it with something else to kill something big. Opponent goes first. I don't love this hand. I really don't love it. I think we keep. And depending what our opponent does here will inform whether we want to like kill a critter or counter a thing. Okay, they're playing it slow, so we'll grab blue so we can foretell saw it coming. Alright, I need to hit resolve, that's my bad. My turn. Sure, iterate. Card is so good. Dispute, very nice, very nice. So we potentially have 2 counters. Obviously I'd rather get red here so we can turn on more of our hand. But if need be, we have 2 counters. Cool, so this becomes red then. Okay, so I'm guessing my opponent's holding up a Prismari command. If they counter this and slap down a dragon, we're not in good shape. Yeah. Being on the play is just OP. Okay, they drop. Are they assuming we will not be able to deal with it? I feel like they might be. We could have bounced there as well, but this is more mana efficient. I totally forgot about Daedra when I was thinking about keeping in Frostbites or not. I really should have thought of that, so maybe I should cut the other two Bone Crusher Giants and bring in the other Frostbites. Oh, that hurts. Unless they have another land and something to force through with it. Doesn't look like they do. I could flash in the Borrower, but it just gives them a target for their Mystical Dispute, so that would be just very silly. I think we replay Iteration here. Cool, I mean if that's what they want to spend their counter spells on, I think we allow this. Nice. Man, where are our lands? Library. Where are our lands? Opponent on 7 mana. We're still here on 4. Just think about that, guys. Now, yes, they got off a couple of iterations that we weren't able to. I'm happy to do this, even if they have something like unsubstantiate. One of those things, it means it's unprotected the turn after. Redcap Melee. What a card. What a card. Nearly made a massive oops there. Can you imagine if I'd just cast Mystical Dispute and they just paid? Then what would I do? Kill this now, before they can get back a counter. Lightning bolt. That's what... So this is actually not written in English, but those two words there, frostbite, translate into English as lightning bolt. Get some pressure on the board, and I mean, do we still need to find some more removal pieces? Yes. Negate. What a card. Yes, we do. Bang. Scoop it. That's how you do it. So yeah, it would have been more comfortable with another red cap melee or frostbite or something in hand. But yeah, that's a pretty good position for us. Heaps of pressure on board and more cards than our opponent. Done like a steak. On the play. 3 most beautiful words in the English language. This hand is terrible. This hand also terrible, but better. We're keeping Stroke or Mystical Dispute. Opponent takes a mull as well. Excellent. Evens. Oh no. So this could be Sultai or it could be Dimir Control, but either way, it's not a fun match. That's what we know for sure. Definitely not unwinnable, just annoying. No way they counter this, right? Yeah. Ugh. I think we take the other iteration. Giant into the deck. Frostbite into exile. I mean, no land there is a bit of a tilt. Okay, so we're up against Lorisless Rogues. Okay. Had I known that, I would have kept very different things. Very different things. So there actually is a chance they counter this here. Hand. Library. Exile. So I could foretell Alrons here. Sure. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. God, they have the Zarathan already. They were just looking through my graveyard to see what was in there. So to me, that's a pretty big indicator that there's a Zarathan in their hand here. Called it. So they're going to take a land. So, I mean, I kind of have to go for the Goldspan Dragon and just hope they don't have a way to kill it at this point, don't I? I guess alternatively I could just play out the Bone Crusher Giant and foretell an Epiphany and hope they don't have a way to kill the Giant. I mean, this way, if they manage to kill it, they just get a giant and not a dragon. Easy block. Hand. Library. Exile. Bouncy bounce. So at the very least, they start the turn with no board presence. Hopefully they get greedy here and play out their thief. Nope. Never so lucky. Just play this out as a threat. Sure. Easy block. Okay, so because of how quickly that resolved, they're going to think we don't have a counterspell, hopefully. So hopefully they get a bit sloppy this turn. Zareth San, yep. Fetching... Probably a Bone Crusher. Okay, no dragon of their own, sure. I mean, I don't think we can win from here. Yeah, probably not. Let's just move on. Rogues is a tricky one, even when it's a suboptimal list with Zareth San. Zarethsan's just a little hard to deal with. The only thing we really have is a Crowan War. Which, to be fair, is probably a little stronger than Galazeth. So let's do this. Take the play, definitely. This hand is atrocious. I'd rather keep my cheap cards at the moment. Sure. I will actually tuck a borrower. Tome is nice. Yeah, so if you've seen my previous video, you know we can go to town on rogues. It doesn't mean it's always easy though. Untapped blue meant they didn't have anything they could flash in there. They're possibly holding up a mystical dispute. Ooh. Ruin Crab into Fabled Passage. Brutal. That's pretty good for us though. That is pretty good for us. I will scry once. I don't need a land right now. I mean, that's something, isn't it? And they don't have any blue mana up for countering, so let's kill off this Quab. Do they have the Cling to Dust? We're just going to draw a card here. Ooh, their hand must suck. They must have a lot of lands up in there. Ruin Crab. We'll flash this in now, try to get a response out of them into the story, sure. But now we are the ones with all the pressure on board. We'll just do that while they're tapped out. Ruin Crab, sure, we have an answer. Us tapping out also encourages them to play a little more aggressively on their turn, so we may get another turn with low defenses. Sure, they've still taken 4 damage to that, which is good for us, very good for us. Okay, that's fine as well. Now, if we can draw an untapped red source, we will be very happy here. Okay, we did not manage to draw an untapped red source. That's pretty nice though. Three crabs down. 4 crabs down. We no longer have to worry about crabs. Okay, if they're going to do that, we'll do this. Nice. Tell this first. Okay, so we'll get any of the permanents we don't want them to get out of the way first. I thought I had a second tome in my bin. Maybe not. Okay, so permanents first, so they can't Zareth sign us. Shot. We do it again next turn. That's pretty nice, actually. I wish this had been an untapped land so that I could activate this and still have the Brazen Borrower or saw it coming held up, but such is not the case. This can no longer be Heartless acted, which is not nothing. Yes, take 4 damage. That is above rate for a card. Normally you pay 1 to 2 life for a bonus card. Paid way too much for that card. We're going to keep this up for as long as we can. So that would leave me with still a counterspell held up. Get in. Zareth San the Trickster. Back to your hand, sir. All right. They scoop. Wonderful. Wonderful. Do I want to make any changes? Do I really want this Rowan War? I think I'd rather have Disdainful Stroke. I think we just go like this. It feels so weird to have a Crowan War in, and I'm still not convinced it's correct. But we just don't have another answer to Zareth San. I was tempted to cut it for expressive iteration, though. If they have a good hand, this hand just crumples. These are pretty dead. We'll try it. We will try. Another expensive card. Wonderful. We can cash it in for our ramp, yes, but you know, 4-card hand coming through. Kill it off while they can't counter it. Sure, that's fine. Please pay 3 mana to draw 2 cards in your main phase. I don't think there's a point for telling at the moment. Oxy boy, thank you. Sure. So we'll wait and see what else they play. Wonderful. Oh, oops. Oops. Ah, that was such a brain snap. Just threw a card away for no reason. For no reason. Where are my lands at? Permanents we don't want them to have. Okay, there are no permanents left. Wonderful. Disdainful Stroke. Saw it coming. There's a land. shields are down. Unfortunately, they can Zareth San off this Wind Robber. Looks like they will. Yep, there it is. So they get a Goldspan Dragon to call their own. To be fair, the land screws actually are mana issues have done more to hurt us here than our opponent has. And of course that misused Frostbite. Keep the pressure on him. It may have been a mistake. Yep. This is what I'm reduced to. Permanent. Permanent. There are no other permanents. Good. Not bad. Not bad at all. I could have tried to bounce the Goldspan Dragon there because I get it back. Or the Zareth San while they were tapped out. But I kind of want to kill the Zareth San. Like, I want to try and block it. Yep, get your treasure. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Sure. Fairly happy to get that out of their hand. Why would it ever tap like that? Ever. If you weren't following along at home, it wanted to leave up one red untapped. Ridiculous. Alright. Inferior Rogues defeated.